Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm here with Anthony Showtime Pettis. And Showtime, you know, every time you walk in the room, everyone's like, damn, he's got swagger. He's just got that swagger. How badly do you want to get that championship swagger back, though?
Bad. I mean, after that last fight, watching that last performance in Dallas, I probably won't go to Dallas ever again in my life. But no, I want that belt back. You know, I set out to be the champ of this sport. I did it in every organization I was part of. Now I have to get it back. You know, two-time UFC champ sounds good. When
you look at it, did you feel that night that there was something wrong, or do you just feel like that night he was better than you?
The whole day was off. I mean, the rehydration process, I'm not going to make excuses. I said in all my interviews, he won that fight. He had a great game plan. I wasn't myself. You know, I didn't have the confidence that I usually have. You know, when I was I hit him like with a kick in the face. I was like, man, it didn't hurt him. Like, I don't have that power. I don't have that pop. I mean, everybody has an off day. That was my off day, and unfortunately, it's in front of the world.
You know, do you use the IV? Is that something that is going to be an issue for you now?
Yeah, no, it's not going to be an issue. I did it only, because it was there. You know, they offered it. I don't really need it. I can make 45. You know, I definitely still make that cut, but no, it's not gonna be an issue. It sucks for a lot of these guys that use IVs. It's gonna be hard to rehydrate. I feel like a lot of weight classes are gonna shift, but you know, that was part of the reason why I felt like the way I felt. You know, I had an IV. It didn't go right. Me and Serge both actually did IVs. I had this rash like in my arm. It was weird. So we pulled the IV out, and you know, I did what I could do. I had to fight. You know, it was at that point you can't like pull out or like, yeah, I was the main event. So I did what I had to do, and it didn't go my way. You know, Rafael won. He's the champ, and now it's my job to get it back.
But you know, on the flip side, I remember talking to Gilbert after your fight, and he was just like, damn, these young kids, my God. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, you know, for every night that you have a bad night, you have one that's great against somebody else, and that still has to be something that you know you can draw from.
Definitely. I mean, I asked the question earlier, like, did I lose confidence? Did I lose like this? Because I always come with a confidence they said, but no, I didn't. I felt like if he beat me on my best night, where I felt like, man, I felt 100% amazing, and he beat me, then he's better than me. I just felt like I wasn't myself, you know. So I want to get back in there, get that rematch, and see what happens this time.
So how soon will you be able to fight again? When do we think we can, you know, actually see you on a card?
We're gonna see the doc this weekend while I'm in Vegas. Hopefully I get an answer of when I can train again. So the arm's feeling a lot better. It was a freak accident.
What was the issue? Yeah, what happened?
I tore all the ligaments in my elbow. Wrestling. I bought in these wrestlers. You know, I don't know. It's hard. You see the Twitter feeds. You see the Anthony S. Working as wrestling. I bought in these wrestlers, and I don't train like a college wrestler. They don't train like an MMA fighter. So I got to figure out that bridge. But it happens. So I think everything happens for a reason. I'm gonna take my time getting back. I'll see the doc. Hopefully 3 to 4 weeks I can be back to full training again.
Do you ever get that sense, though, if you get a new training partner in, that somebody's trying to prove themselves by tagging you?
Everybody is, always. You know, when I was the champ, every person I trained with, I don't care who it was, my little Taekwondo students, they wanted to show off. It's like human nature. But I got to be a little smart about it. I had some great talks with these guys. You know, Demetrius Johnson, great advice. You know, Rashad Evans, all these guys give me some good advice on how to train and how to make it more, I guess, lasting, you know, without getting hurt.
And lastly, I do want to ask you about CM Punk. You know, out of all the places in the world he could have chosen, he wanted to go to Rufus Sport and train with you guys. How has that been like? You know, it's almost a big responsibility for you guys. There's so much riding on him doing well. So how do you guys feel about bringing him into the family?
You know what? He doesn't even feel like that. You know, you would think like CM Punk, he's at the gym, and he shows up, he's like the normal guy. He'll clean the mats after practice. You know, he's a very cool guy, man. That's the biggest thing I like about him. He's so modest, so like humble with his star power that he has. He doesn't. You know, he feels like another team member. You know, so it's kind of scary that he's getting ready for a UFC fight for his first fight. Because I mean, these guys, you know, whoever fights him is trying to make their name off of him, which is scary to us. So we want to make sure he's ready for that and make sure we do everything we can to get him ready for that.
And he says he's hoping to be ready by the end of the year. Do you think he could be?
It's up to him, honestly. I mean, it's really all up to him. All we can do is give him advice. He's the athlete. He's the guy that drives his career. He's the star. So it's up to him. You know. So I think what we're doing is setting up these amateur fights, pro fights. We have like so many different level guys in our gym. He fought an amateur. You know, he felt how it felt to be in front of people fighting. We'll move him up to the ranks, and when he feels ready to fight, you know, in the UFC, he'll fight in the UFC.
Nice. And lastly, I have to just say, it was so cool walking through the grocery store and seeing your face on the dude. That was the coolest. Was that like just mind altering?
You know, after the Melendez fight, it felt amazing. After the Dos Anjos fight, I was just like, yeah. But you know what? I get it back. You know, it's part of life. You know, I've been through, I've been up, I've been down in my whole life. So this is another obstacle I have to get goodbye.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Anthony. Good to see you.
See you again. You too.